Till now we have only seen how we can check for one condition in an if statement. But what if we want to check for multiple conditions in a single if statement? That's what we are going to be looking at in this video. In this video we will be looking at the logical operators, mainly three of them: the AND, OR and the NOT operator. So let's start with the AND operator. What the AND operator does is it takes, as you can see, two conditions, and in the AND operator both of those conditions have to be true. If both of them are true, then the overall result of the if statement will be true. But if either of them is false, like A is true, B is false, or A is false, B is true, then the overall result will be false. Let's look at this practically in code. So open your Replit shell and in there type Python. It will take you to somewhere like this. You will see three greater than signs, and in here you can write Python code which is going to work. So I'm going to create a variable named a and assign it a value of 13. Now I will say a is less than 15. So if I run this, as you can see, it says true because a is 13 and 13 is less than 15. Now let's use the AND operator. So I will say a is less than 15 and a is greater than 12. So a is 13, 13 is less than 15, this will be true, and this also has to be true. 13 is greater than 12, which is true. If I run it, as you can see, it returns true. But let's just run the same code, but we will make this condition false. So instead of saying a is greater than 12, we will say a is greater than 14. Now the value of a is 13 and 13 is not greater than 14, meaning this condition is true but this one is false. So let's run the code, and as you can see, the overall result came to be false because one of these conditions was false. Now let's look at the OR operator. In the OR operator, only one of these conditions have to be true. So either C has to be true or D has to be true. If one of these is true, then the overall result will be true. But if both of them are false, then the overall result will come out to be false. And finally, in the NOT operator, it just reverses the overall result. So if our result is true, it will turn it into false, and if the result is false, it will turn it into true. So let's look at both of these practically in code. So I will say a is greater than 13 or a is less than 2. So a is 13, 13 is not greater than 13, they are equal. So this condition would be false. Or a is less than 2. A is 13 and 13 is not less than 2. So both of these conditions will be false, meaning the overall result has to be false. And as we can see, that is the case. But let's change the second condition to be a is less than 14, which is true. A is 13, 13 is less than 14. So this condition is true. And for the OR operator, only one condition has to be true for the overall result to be true. And as we can see, the overall result is true. And finally, let's look at the NOT operator. So let's say not A is greater than 8. A is greater than 8, which is true, but we are using the NOT operator, which will reverse the answer, so it will become false, as you can see. But if I say a is greater than 14, a is 13, 13 is not greater than 14, then in this case this will be false and the NOT operator will turn it into true. Now let's say the roller coaster company has decided to give free tickets to people who are in their midlife crisis. Middle crisis just means people that are between the age of 45 and 55. So what we have to do is we have to write another elif statement just below here, and in there we have to check if the age is greater than or equal to 45 and the age is less than or equal to 55. Then we are going to print Don't worry, we are giving you a free ticket. Now, in this case, you will notice that we are getting a red squiggly line, and this is because we are actually using a single quote in don't. And we are getting this error because Python is thinking that we have opened the single quotes here and we have closed them right over here. So anything after that is just giving us an error. So we can solve this by just using double quotes in here, but I want to show you another way. So what we can do is we can actually give a backslash before any special character, and Python will treat that as a piece of text. So in here the single quote is a special character because it is going to close our print statement right over here. So we are giving a backslash so that Python will treat this as a piece of text. Now if we run our code, give our height and then an age of 47. As you can see, it told us, don't worry, we are giving you a free ticket, and we will say no to the photo, and our total bill will be $0, meaning we got a free ticket to the roller coaster. In the next video, we are going to be tackling the final challenge of this section, which is building the treasure island hunting game. So for all of that and more, I'll see you there.